Gonna turn the fire on. It takes about 15 seconds to get it going. Use these fire starters, lighting nuggets. Get them at HEB. They work pretty well. Mesquite, lump charcoal. So it's real wood. Turn into some charcoal. So we can get our pork butt Tex-Mex style cooking. All right, making a beautiful pork butt on Sunday. Gonna make it Tex-Mex style. Be smoking it for a couple hours. Gonna be using some fajita seasoning from Chupacabras, some lemon pepper from Rustling Rob's, and as a binder, I'm gonna be using Valentina Mexican hot sauce. A little twist, if you ever had carnitas, this is kind of like what I'm going for. I'm trying to make it taste like a Tex-Mex Mexican smoked carnita tacos, but barbecue style. So you gotta let your seasoning sit on there for about a good 15, 20, 30 minutes. You can do it the night before, even better. But you gotta let that sweat out a little bit with all the salt and everything. Got my, again, it was Chupacabras fajita seasoning, lemon pepper for Rustling Rob's, and as a binder I use Valentina salsa. Got my fire going. I think it's about turned on already. I'm gonna start getting the temperature down. Gotta try to cook this around 275, 300. Using my big green egg. Gonna use obviously a fire deflector setup, and I'll show you guys how that works. That bad boy. Checking her out. About to probe it. I'm running about 250. My green egg thermometer seems to be off. Don't know what's going on, but gonna season it a little bit more and I'm gonna probe it just to make sure we're good. So running about 117 internal right now. Probably want to get it around, double check, but 175, and then we'll wrap it. Said my green egg thermometer is not working right, so I'm gonna replace it. But I seasoned it a little bit more. 3 hours in the cook, and then we will wrap her, put some butter, some more seasoning, and we'll be good to go. Going against the Texans, which is yeah. So we pulled our pork butt off at about 165, 166 internal temperature. We're gonna go ahead and wrap her up. As you can see, created a really nice bark. We're gonna throw some butter on here. We're gonna throw some more hot sauce, and then we're gonna throw some more seasoning. You really can't go wrong with the seasoning. It's a pork butt. You really can't over season. It's got a lot of meat you gotta cover. A lot of meat inside. Once you pull it, it's gonna go ahead and get a lot of that bark and that seasoning, all those flavors are gonna get together. So that's what we want. So we're just gonna keep slathering our butter over here. Now, like I said, you can do a traditional pork butt. You can throw in just some hog rub, any one you like. I'm using Chupacabra fajita seasoning. I love this stuff. I'm trying to give it a different spill to it. Where I grew up from, we ate carnitas, which is basically chunks of pork, deep fried in its own fat, and then you eat it in tacos. So I want to give it that kind of profile of flavor. I'm using Valentina hot sauce. There's two versions. There's a black one and a yellow tag. If you get the black one, it's a lot hotter than this one. It's really not that hot. I'm going pretty liberal with this stuff. With the butter, don't be afraid of it. I'm also using lemon pepper from Rob's Gourmet Foods. They're in Fredericksburg, Texas. I'm not sponsored by anybody. I just love their stuff. I tried a couple of their seasonings or dips, and they just make some authentic seasoning, man. See, throw in there some seasoning on there. A little bit more of that. A little bit more of chupacabra fajita seasoning. Just like that. Like I said, you're not gonna over season this. Once it gets tendered and fully temped to cook, or to pull, I'm sorry, all the flavors are gonna go in there, and hopefully we get a really, really nice Tex-Mex pulled pork from down here, South Texas. Cooking with your buddy Martin from the RGB. Check that out. Do one more. They say if you cook with love, the food will love you back. So, I'm hoping this food loves us back. Alright, so it's going back in there for probably another hour or two. I'm going to probe it back up. And what I want is basically about 185, 200 internal temperature. So you can actually get that tender, pull apart pork butt that everybody. And there she is. Probed her up, covered up. 168 internal. We're waiting for the 185, 195, guys. I mean, if you can do 200 internal, that's completely fine. Once you get to the 190s on these pork buds, typically that's when you can pull them. And all the meat's nice, tender, juicied up. So we're gonna leave it on there. I'm guessing to get there wrapped up, probably another hour or 2 hours, guys, tops. Yep, we got 250 internal temperature. We're gonna pull her out. It's been about 2 hours after we wrapped it. And then we're gonna let it rest. About at least half an hour rest, or an hour. And then we see what we got. It's been resting for 30 minutes, 45 minutes or so. Check her out.